Okay. So this is cool off. Okay, that's better. Time to it's time to open up Amstrad Action issue number 23, August 87. So we're doing more word processing stuff again. I'm sure this is how it all works. Okay, it's just that page is wider. Okay. Yes, Magmax is the master game in this issue. We'll be getting to that. The art of games is playing the winners. Mario Brothers. Now, hot from the arcades, 5 years later, comes Nintendo's Mario Brothers for your home computers, featuring Fireballs, Sidestepper, Fighter Fly, and of course Mario and Luigi. Flip those pests and kick them off the pipes. And don't lose your footing on those slippery floors. Play as a team or against each other. Either way, you're in for a scream with Mario and Luigi, the Mario Brothers. Mutants, now available for your Spectrum and Amstrad. I took on the mutants, knowing I was armed to the teeth. I think we've said this before. Missiles, mines, torpedoes, and more. I could even choose where I wanted to fight. How could I lose? How did I lose? I've never seen anything like it. They came at me in droves, in swirling gases, in forms spinning in deadly gossamer, and there were more to come. I know now that one form of mutant will never escape it. A well-planned pattern of mines. It's just the beginning, but I must build the ultimate weapon, or I'll never be rid of them all. An essential purchase, miss it, and you're missing something special, according to Zap. Taipan, head over heels. Yeah, we've seen those, probably. Here's what we're expecting in this issue. The usual stuff. Including Magmax. I shoot them up with 2D and 3D stages. Lots of levels, endless varieties of aliens, joystick wrecking action, and fabulous graphics. Thrills and a sore trigger finger guaranteed. Triaxos. If you are confused by Rubik's Cube, then this will drive you up the wall. Literally. Puzzling and shooting combine delightfully. Tourist Lifeline. Bonsoir, mes amis et messieurs. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Guten Abend, meine Damen und Herren. Howdy, partner. Now, over to Bath for the votes from the Amstrad Action jury. Tourists, 0 points. In a city like Bath, tourists are a nightmare. All the restaurants and pubs are crowded. Shopping is like the start of the London Marathon. If you're nodding your head and agreeing with me, I'd like to throw another thought at you. The only thing that keeps the CBCs alive is the European market, which most of those affluent tourists create. It's a fact of life that if the CPCs weren't the number one home computer in Europe, it probably wouldn't be worth the while of Amstrad to produce them or software houses to support them to the extent they do. The CPCs are probably the most truly international machine, with the exception of America, and here at AA we are fully aware of it. We get letters from Ireland, Scandinavia, Holland, France, Germany, Poland, New Zealand, Australia, South Africa, Greece, Spain, and others, all with thriving CPC markets. So I'd like to say a special hello to all our international readers. We don't forget you're out there, because you're important to us and the rest of the industry. Readers from all nations will be interested in the results of our questionnaire. For highlights, turn to the news pages. Find out what sort of company you've been keeping. Well, I'm off to do a rain dance for the tourists because it's persistently drizzling outside. As usual, the British summer is doing an excellent job of driving people indoors to use their computers, and I'm doing my bit to keep them there. Hey yo 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 yo, hey yo yo yo, woo woo. Okay. James Bond and Living Daylights, the computer game. Amstrad CPC PCW, Commodore 64 and Amiga, Spectrum 48, 128 plus 2, plus 3, BBC B and Master, Atari 8-bit, and MSX. Get the reaction pages, all our favourite letters. Don't be alienated, but I recently bought Electric Dreams Aliens on disc. I just cannot progress any further into the program. All I seem to do is kill the warriors that appear on screen. I have not come across any facehuggers or queens that should appear, or been able to get to the armory or queen's chamber. Could you please help me and put me in touch with someone who could tell me what to do? I'd be extremely grateful. P. Winter, Bradford, West Yorks. Since you're the first other reaction bag this month, Paul, we'll make no weary remark about how we keep saying we just cannot, if we had to write next month's mag, give individual answers to all the questions we get about games problems. Not even if you enclose a stamp. What we can say is, watch the helpline for someone offering the expertise you crave. That new gamer keeps them quiet for hours. Well, I think he's found the facehuggers. We do get phone calls from our loyal readers. I see they're using an emoji. Emoji is 987 for telephone. One this morning was trying to decide between Star Strike 2 and Mercenary. He wanted us to read out the scores in good and bad news from AA12. Ordinarily, he would have said as politely as possible, no time. But this was international, a Japanese lad in Holland. For the cost of the call, he could have bought both games. Crystal Ball. Please could you try and give release dates for new games? David Summers, Redditch. We would if we could rely on the dates we're told. Sometimes we get advance copies, but 90% of the time when the review appears, the game is on the streets, and that's the most reliable system we can offer. Double your joy. The Amstrad 464 has only one joystick port, so if you want to play with two joysticks, you need an interface. Some friends at school said you can purchase an Amstrad joystick, which allows another joystick to be plugged into it. This is just what I'm looking for. Could you please print details? Richard Lombard, Chingford, London. We're talking about the Amsoft JY2 joystick. It's available direct from Amsoft in Brentwood. It's not one of our favourite joysticks. Alternatively, go for one of the splitters mentioned in the Christmas AA. Copyright on Typins. When I send you a listing and you pay me for it, are you buying the copyright from me? And if you are, what does this mean for my use of the program and further use of it by you? Say you wanted to use it on a cover cassette. Do I get royalties? Tommy Daffin, South Broome, Somerset. Yes, we are buying the copyright from you, and that means you should not then submit the program to other publications, although of course you can use it yourself. If someone wanted to sell us only first publication rights, we'd consider it. But the someone would probably find subsequent publishers less interested anyway. The idea of royalties does not apply in the magazine world, where fees are one-off. With books or records and plays, royalties consist of a small fee for each copy sold or each performance, and could dribble on for 50 years. High last. Please let this be the last letter on the subject of the high school pages. Rookie Ward, Rob Royston, Glasgow. Okay. I guess it'll be the last one then. Questions. What does CPM stand for? Where did the charts go? Why are some of the keys on the computer on the cover of AA20 upside down? What is Mastertronic's address? Aren't you totally sick of Night Law style games like Head Over Heels? I am. Kid Murphy, Crawley, West Sussex. Control program for microcomputers. Digital Research Inc. likes to spell it CP/M with a slash, but we got fed up with it. Like ugly, tiresome capital letters in mid-word. Since we dropped the all-purpose form with high score, etc., not enough readers' charts votes came in to make a reliable sample. We don't like retail sales charts because they don't reflect the games that people actually play and enjoy most. Ask RPM. Well, we are often asked where Master Trunk hangs out. Try 8 Paul Street, London. No, says Bob, just because they use a 3D format doesn't mean they're the same game. Head Over Heels is packed with new puzzles, characters, control methods, humour, and graphics. Amtlers. I got fed up with games like Trivial Pursuit not being available for my Electron. So I splashed out and bought an Amstrad 464. I used to cast envious eyes over the masses of software for the Amstrad while looking through the pitiful small collection for my Elk. My problem now is sorting through a mountain of software, which, if the 312-pack is anything to go by, is 90% rubbish. I also purchased Thrust 2, Hyperbole, Strike, and Restascan. Now maybe I'm ham-fisted, but I couldn't get to grips with any of them. Especially Strike. Nice music, shame about the game. Well, this Amstrad answers the Galaforce, Repton, Citadel, and even the good old Snapper. MJ Hopewell, Arnold, Nottingham. Oh, we got a picture here. Does this 464 owned it really come from Arnold? That free 12-pack is mostly early Amsoft stuff. And you're right, by today's standards, it is mostly rubbish. Thrust, etc. aren't easy. We wouldn't want you to feel unchallenged, would we? We won't be so rude as to agree with your ham-fisted remark. Galaforce, try classic Axions. Snapper, try classic Muncher. Superior Software started a Citadel conversion, but seems to have abandoned it. As for Repton 3, Steve Botterill, the general manager of Superior Software, is a bit embarrassed about the invisible Amstrad version. The programmers were far along in work and promised to be ready for launch last November, and ads, which have to be prepared long in advance, went ahead. Most of them involved just the word Amstrad on general ads. The Beeb and Commodore versions were out on time. And then the program went down with home problems. This is the first time we've had this problem. We don't ordinarily like to advertise before the product is ready. They're now hoping for launch at the end of the year, but I can't give a fixed date, I'm afraid. He added that checks for any advance orders were not cashed. Superior has half dozen other goodies, wouldn't say what, except that they're totally new, not conversions, in the Amstrad pipeline for later in the year. We're working hard to do as much as we can with the Amstrad. The AA Ed adds, Amstrad's answer to all your questions is revealed every month in Action Test by the Master Game and Raves. Zeal again. What a great magazine. It's easily the best to reach our distant shores, even if it does cost $5.25. As if French frogmen and the Americans on our backs isn't enough, here are a few of the prices that we have to put up with. Remember, $3 New Zealand, about £1. CPC 6128 with colour monitor, $1,895. I think I remember getting 464 with green monitor. I think it was $900, $1,000. DDI1 disk drive, $795. DMP 2000 printer, $795. AMX art and mouse, $250. Never mind Sunshine Fresh Ears, cheap and plentiful. Russell Parkinson, Tirau, New Zealand. Yep. Prices are stupid sometimes. Train toot to carry copy flat so print won't fall off. That's how it works. Computer Mag Publisher. It's a great game, but rather too many hazards. Alas, poor Amtix. Thanks AA for clearing up the Amtix matter for all the now ex-Amtix readers. Like many, I thought it was perhaps an April Fool. I have always read both. It's a great shame that one of the two truly independent mags had to go. It's always good to get at least two different views before deciding which piece of software or hardware to buy. Competing with the Amstrad, the magazine that is to carry some of Amtix's old features, can never really claim to be truly independent, mainly because the same company that owns and publishes it owns the official Amstrad mag, Amstrad User. I suppose I have a claim to fame. I wrote Amtix's last letter of the month and got zilch for it. Cries of shame, please. Whereas, after some persistence and near suicide, I got a lovely copy of Batman from you when my letter was software winner. John Gigney, Cold Norton, Chelmsford. The reason why Amtix ceased publication, I think, is that it just couldn't compete with AA. If it had a more adult approach, some excellent type-ins, better reviews, then just maybe. M. Fleming, Birmingham. I was a former Amtix reader, and it came as a great shock to me to be told at such short notice that Amtix was folding up. I used to enjoy laughing at the anti-AA letters printed in the mag. A magazine called Computing with the Amstrad is now printing Amtix's best features like M-Tips. But it will never be the same. I now read AA and I find it's brilliant. Jonathan Cale, Exeter, Devon. Let's keep going. I used to read Amtix cover to cover, enjoying it very much. Then they announced the terrible news. After wiping the tears, I read there would be a few familiar points in computing with the Amstrad. Apart from the Amtix bits restricted to only 7 reviews, the rest was boring. So I turned towards AA. Not very keenly though, after hearing how bad it was in Amtix's letters page. But I found I enjoy your magazine quite a bit. Not as much as Amtix, of course. And I almost read it from cover to cover. Luke Ray, Crawley, West Sussex. I started buying AA only at Christmas because I saw the cover tape. I coughed up my cash and found it much better than my usual magazine, ACU. When I saw the reviews and the large cheap mode section, I immediately ran to the newsagent and cancelled ACU and ordered AA. Mark Scott, Blackley, Manchester. Thank you for the warm welcome to us forlorn Amtix readers in AA20. The one thing that is missing in AA is zany competitions. You might say we have had our comps cut off, and it's making our eyes water. Competing with Amstrad wouldn't know a competition if they fell over one. So if you want to mop us 18,000, you know what you can do it. You can do it. I was a subscriber of yours, but didn't renew because it arrived regularly a week after it was in WH Smith. Good mag, poor distribution. Anything you can do to improve the situation? GJ Bostock, Urmston, Manchester. How long ago was your subscription? We recently tucked in, at random, a survey form of subscription copies as they were posted, and a very few produced complaints such as yours. 90% reported their copy arrived promptly. The official on-sale date is the first Thursday of the month, and subs copies are posted 6 days earlier. It's nice to hear that Amtix readers are finding a happy home with us. We look forward to many more joining them and enjoying these pages. Discs and bolts. Have you been into a do-it-yourself store and seen those boxes for holding bolts, etc.? You'd have noticed a similarity to a disc box. The shop sold them at under £1, so Nelly, Malcolm Wilts. Sugar, of course. After giving Gauntlet 92%, how could you only give only 90% to Sentinel? The game is outstanding. Originality and enormous 10,000 locations. And how on earth could you only give 71% to Supercycle? The game is also very good and deserved a rave at the very least. I would like to know what people's favourite food seems to be when sitting at their keyboards. Mine is pizza and a big juicy hamburger. Gareth Jones, Whitstable, Kent. Absurd to moan about 90%, says Rob. You can't get a much better endorsement. I don't think 71% is just a tough game. I don't expect everyone to agree with my ratings, because people like all sorts of different games. We aren't the judge and jury for a game, just the lawyers acting for both the prosecution and the defence. The public decides a game's fate. Jungle Adventure is in case he gets lost. So it's exactly the sort of food you take on you in a jungle. Even bangers and mash. Anyone for Guinness? I have so far bought 149 games, all original. I've never copied a game in my life. Is this a record? Snoopy and Woodstock, Heswell, Merseyside. Ooh. A role to play. I've recently changed my Commodore 64 for an Amstrad 6128. Could you recommend a good role-playing game? And do you know if the Bard's Tale from Areola Soft is available for the Amstrad? Tracy Bennett, Horton, Wimborne, Dorset. Good move. Life. Ooh, watch the Pilgrims pages. Areola Soft's contract with Electronic Arts, originator of The Bard's Tale, ended before an Amstrad version was born. You can write direct. 1820 Gateway Drive, San Mateo, California. Yeah, don't worry. Electronic Arts will get one out eventually. More modest than this, after obtaining the modest score of 3,200,500 and reaching level 100 and reaching level H8 178 with over 20 lives left on Year Kung Fu, I became rather bored and turned my computer off so that I could play Green Beret. Can anyone beat this? HR Hunting, Cleveland. I bet even RPM could beat you at Green Beret with his computer turned on. Several weeks ago, I wrote a rather lengthy letter to you in connection with the terminology and complex presentation of computer literature, and I assumed that due to either to its length or its adversity, that it marred neither mention nor inclusion in your magazine. Length. He's tooting for tank. Machine Code Mystery. I very much like your new look issue, but you can still improve it by starting a machine code section for people wanting to learn how to write games. TJ Hardman, Warrington, Cheshire. Try the book Master Machine Code on your Amstrad CPC 464 and 664 by Jeff Naylor and Diane Rogers. If you subscribe to AA, you can have the book free. The Last Hoot. I think poor Toot has a hard time, so I'd like to start up there. FFGTNH. Fun for getting Toot a new home. There's no membership fee, but all members must promise to give aid to Toot. Roger Murphy, Kinagiri, County Dublin. I would like to see more of Toot because he is so cute. Simon Hunt, Gloucester. Vote for Toot in the general election of 1991-92. We're fed up with all these boring politicians. Are we going to stand for this much longer? No, vote the AA party. Vote for Toot. Manifesto, make bad computer games illegal. No name, Blackburn, Lancs. How angry I am that when anything goes wrong, you blame that lovely little ping pong all on legs. It makes me more angry than US Gold's World Cup Carnival. Stephen Lunt, Wigan, Lancs. Sugarman is great. Can you ask S. Saka, what does the S stand for? To feature Toot in next month's Sugarman, preferably being ripped apart from limb slowly by a giant 664 owning cream scone. Not essential. And well done for being the only magazine, TV program, etc. for not going on about the election non-stop. I predict Ocean's next game will be Election 87. Toby Bryant, Hereford. Virgin did release a game, Election, at £10. You'll be happy to hear we won't bother reviewing it. But watch out for Yes Minister. It's Surav, pronounced Surav, and Toot is not helping him write his exams this month. The last non-letter. Dear Action people, oh pooh, I've forgotten what I was going to write. Oh well, by then. Justin Mason, Sandown, Isle of Wight. Okay. Alright, The news. Going slowly tonight. Multi-facing the problem. A number of readers have complained about the performance of the Multi-Face 2. Certain users found it didn't always work correctly, and on occasions crashed the computer. The Multi-Face is a hardware tape-to-disc utility costing $46.95 from Romantic Robot. A phone call to its director, Alexander Goldscheider, brought us the following answers. The Multi-Face, being a fairly complex utility, is liable to undergo changes every now and then. After pressing the Multi-Face's red button, hit F0 on the keypad, and a number will appear at the bottom right of the screen. This indicates the version you own. 78 is the latest revision. The latest version is not a major upgrade. The success ratio has been perfected and operations speeded up. However, if you purchased the Multi-Face before this year and get in contact with Romantic, the early software on ROM had a few faults. These have been cleared up and great improvements made. Overheating occurs on a small percentage of 6128 machines. As Alex explained, since March, the Multi-Face is manufactured in such a way that it can be internally switched to suit 6128 machines. Only a minority of 6128s, those with an imperfect ULA, show a tendency to crash. The usual effect is snowing on the screen, which grows in small vertical lines. Again, the detail on how to fix it. Seas of Reason. Ocean will have Whizball on the shelves shortly. The game, involving 9 planets and a home base, puts you in control of a wizard. Your task in this 9-pound cassette game is to collect coloured creatures and mix them together at home base. Price cut. Remember Killer Ring? We reviewed it back in April, issue 19. Have you seen it in the shops? Probably not. Ariel Soft got as far as mastering the game, but never got around to distributing it. Amanda Barry at Ariola says the company was in turmoil at that time due to restructuring. Killer Ring, under the Reactor sticker, is going to be re-released at £5. That's the obligatory penny. To keep it company, 2 other games will be placed in the same price bracket. Dead Ringer, a 3D racing game in space, and Mountie Mixed Death Ride, which involves the Royal Northwest Frontier cop getting his man. The game is available only on cassette. Gold Noises. You've seen it on TV. Soon you'll have the chance of playing it on the computer. The famous Roadrunner cartoon will soon appear on your CPC. Programming is underway, and from the excitement shown by Richard Tidzel of US Gold, the game promises much. Roadrunner follows the drift of the cartoon. Runner must outwit Wile E. Coyote. Scenes include chases and dodging coyote traps. What promises to produce a smell will cost £10 on tape and £15 on disc. Beep beep. Other future gold releases include Killed Until Dead, Survivor, and Temple of Doom. Killed Until Dead is a graphical adventure type game. You, in the guise of Hercule Holmes, must solve the murders that took place at the Gargoyle Hotel. As for the other 2 games, we're in the dark. Presumably Temple of Doom will closely follow the film. Well, actually, it'll closely follow the arcade game. It follows the film, so, you get the idea. They've done it again. CRL have managed to get an over 15 certificate stuck to its version of Frankenstein, like it's Dracula some months ago. Perhaps it was the price tag that shocked the board of censors. £10 on cassette and £15 on disc. No plans to have been made to pass Ninja Hamster under the censor's eye. However, this may change as the game is supposed to feature violent martial arts sequences, evil rats, and lizards. You can expect to pay £8 on cassette and £15 on disc. Lots of labels. Ariola Soft, which seems to introduce software labels at the same rate as products, is launching another label, Viz Design. Paul Smith, programmer of Bride of Frankenstein, will head a team of programmers for the 8-bit machines. Their first job is Werewolves of London. Amstrad, Spectrum, and Commodore versions are to appear later in the year. Matt of the Mask. Gremlin's latest is Mask. The game will feature cartoon hero Matt Tracker and cost you £10 on cassette, £15 on disc. The storyline tells you of a vicious battle between masked agents and the Venom network. The planet lies scarred and lifeless. Many masked agents were captured by Venom and scattered among Earth's ruins. Naturally, Matt is man of the moment and must retrieve all the good guys. Mask is due for release in early August. 3 ships went sailing by. Remember last issue? We raved about a French product from Infogrames, Passengers on the Wind. We liked it so much it won the Master Game sticker. Back in France, its programmers are working hard on a sequel, Les Passengers du Vent 2. Judging from a preview, graphics are better than ever. Sound remains at the high standard, and there's much more interaction. There is less text. The little there was baffled us as it was in idiomatic French, but more fire button clicking to contend with. No release date or prices yet, but watch out for this exciting product. Infogrames promises 2 other releases. We have screenshots but no other information. One is a water skiing game. The other we're not sure about. Apparently characters leap out at you from the screen. At least that's what the visiting Infogrames team told us. There's the Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote. Just like the cartoons. Tune into teletext. Microtext have made it possible to receive teletext. BBC TV's CFAX and ITV's Oracle. For example, on the Amstrad CPC computer. The original setup was not entirely satisfactory, needing both a video recorder and an adapter. The new version of Microtext teletext adapter is ready. You no longer need a video. A tuner is bundled into the adapter. Just plug it into the CPC's expansion port. According to Microtext, there is no need for fine-tuning. The tuner does it automatically. The system also allows pages to be saved or printed. The price is £114.80. Owners of the older adapter can upgrade it for £48.85 direct from Microtext. Sounds expensive. These are questionnaire results, as promised. We've compiled the results of the questionnaire in our June issue, and here are the highlights. 51% of you own 464s, 17% with a disk drive, 36% have 612.8s, and 6% have 664s. The reason that the figures add up to 103% is that some of you have more than one machine. Obviously. The wide age spread of readership was also revealed. 36% are 12 to 16, 19% are 17 to 25, 26% are 16 to 40, 16% are over 40. So you can see we've got a lot of different ages to keep happy. Yeah, we're planning to spend quite a lot of money in the next 12 months. Most popular items are printers and disk drives. The importance of printers was also emphasized. 50% of you already have them. The 3 most popular uses of the CPCs are games, word processing, and basic programming. No surprises there. This was also reflected in what you like about AA. The 4 favourite reasons for buying the mag were action test, type-ins, cheat mode, and serious software. There were lots of helpful suggestions about how we could improve the mag, some feasible, some not. We'll be trying to implement the better ones. Many thanks to all who responded to the survey. It's been invaluable to us. Hong Kong or bust. First you had computerized Shogun. Soon you'll have Taipan on your screen. Both are taken from the films and books of James Clavell. Virgin was responsible for the programming of Shogun. Ocean has the reins this time and promises a graphically stunning and action-packed game. The story is set in the 19th century, along the seafront of Hong Kong. Pirates, press gangs, mutinies, and smuggling are commonplace then. They feature heavily in the game. The idea is to make your fortune by shipping cargo to and from Hong Kong port. Release is imminent. And so it will be. The future will see a devastating battle between the 8 planets of the Hytorian system. At least that's what Ariel Soft leads us to believe. Its new game, Star Fox, appears to be a 3D shoot 'em up with attacking craft made up of solid or shaded graphics, very similar to Star Strike 2. Realtime is responsible for programming Star Fox, which explains the similarity to Star Strike. They did both. £9 and £15 are the expected cassette and disc prices. You should be able to pick up a copy in the shops now. Double Stakes. We had a sneak preview of The Living Daylights, the computer game, when half of Domark's directorship popped into AA Bath. And very interesting it looked too. Release date is late June. Guess which of the three is not playing at James Bond? Leaderboard Rebold. The latest version of the raved golf game from US Gold is called Leaderboard Tournament. It has 4 new courses and no other small improvements. The new courses are in the same mould as those in the previous versions. No bunkers, no trees, a fairway of ground, a rough of water. And some of the shapes are difficult to play. But Chris Boothman reports that the constant blue and green hurts his eyes. It is still just as slow to draw the screen, but they incorporated the age-old method of drawing the background screen and then flipping it to the front. Putting is a bit slower, but not overly slow. So, may appeal to anyone new to leaderboard, but doesn't offer much else. Much more exciting is the prospect of world-class leaderboard. We've seen an early demo of this, and hold on to your hats. It's got trees, bunkers, different shades of grass, colour, and overhead views of the whole. We don't know when a review copy will be available, but when it is, this could be the ultimate sports simulation for the Amstrad. Can't wait, says CB. Ronnie on Arnie. Martek has hired a cardboard cutout of Ronald Reagan to help with technical problems on its latest, the Armageddon Man. Late July will see its release on the Amstrad. You guide Mr. Armageddon, who has the important task of controlling a network of spy and laser defense satellites. It's to cost £13 on cassette and £15 on disc. Before you gasp, the price includes a colour vinyl map of the world and little flags to stick in the parts you don't like, and 5p change. Okay. Ubisoft, now distributed in the UK by Elite Systems. Asphalt in Manhattan 95. Here's the Ultimate Golf Challenge World-Class Leaderboard. Full scoreboard printout. Course editor allows you to arrange any of the holes from all 4 courses to form your own personal 18-hole golf course disc. More trees, up to 192 per hole. Traps and rough. Practice putting, green and driving range. Improved graphics and playability, increased difficulty and add realism. Aerial view gives you a bird's eye view of the course and your position. 1 to 4 players can compete in medal, match play and better ball competitions. Realistic choice of club, distance, type of shot, hook, slice or putting. Unlimited backups of world-class leaderboard can be made for your archives. Disc. European Computer Golf Champion 1987. That's the gauntlet. Designed to create the greatest test of a golfer's true skills and abilities. Few courses combine such a searching trial of accuracy and courage, harrowing and perilous in the extreme. Screenshots from Commodore 64 128 version. Commodore 64 128, $9.99, $14.99. Amstrad 9.99, $14.99. Spectrum 48K, 128K, $8.99. Spectrum Plus 3, $12.99 disc. Why is Spectrum disc games cheaper? Same type of disc as the Amstrad. So, I mean, the discs are more expensive than 5 1/4 inch, but the Commodore discs aren't cheaper either. Type-ins. Mandelbrot sets. Pretty. It'd probably take an age doing it in basic. It takes ages to draw. Star Fox. The fox is back. Did it go somewhere? More. More of your basic program. Degrees conversion. A number game. The computer will ask you to think of a number between 1 and 20. Mind you don't spill the beans to Arnold. Once you have a number, the computer will instruct you to perform several operations on it, addition and subtraction in particular. Finally, the computer will disclose the number in your mind. Magic? No. See if you can work out how it does it. And the man to blame, Daniel Berman of Liverpool. Character by character print. Reaction tester. Decompress pictures. Mixing hash and pound. Because they have the same ASCII value, which is annoying. Bonzo's Doodah. It's a lovely name for utility. Problematic. Patching WordStar. And then we've got Pocket WordStar. Unfortunately, our WordStar setup file has gone walkies. I couldn't try patching WordStar using the label patch method. Instead, I used DDT, Dynamic Debugging Tool, which is on the CPM system disk. Follow the method below, and you shouldn't run into any problems. There's like a dozen steps. Setting up a setup. I think the setup file under CPM 2.2 is one of the most useful, but probably one of the most underused due to the lack of documentation. I would like to know how to select border, ink, mode, and so on when altering the string on sign-on option. Master Blaster. Sound Blaster. The two quality speakers are capable of lots of lovely noise. Cheaper and better than the rest. Headphones included free at present. Bad news. Amplifier could put out only 2 watts per channel. Oh. He's tooting in, just jamming. New in the disk tricks. Super disk. Friendlier than most utility software. Instructions can be sent to the printer. Clever way of increasing disk capacity. Bad news, not possible to go back to main menu after using many options. Similar products are already on the market. The new AMX Mark III mouse. Trap 1 soon. Look, someone tell Apple how to make a mouse that's got 3 buttons on it. Cures for PageMaker. Here's a short routine that corrects 2 of the more annoying bugs in AMX PageMaker. Oh no. Got pokes for utilities now. Thrust scroll. Have you ever wondered how fiber makes the screen and thrust and star fiber scroll upwards? Well, here you have it in the form of a short listing. Yep, just. I'm not sure that's exactly how it's done. Thrust, was it? I don't know. Still have to constantly update the HUD. But they're just messing with the CRTC. Fuzz. How about this one-liner for some very odd on-screen effects? Yeah, that just messes with the CRTC again as well. Randomly this time though. Just enter mess with random registers. It'll be fine. Dotty characters. Continuing with the crazy character fonts, here's a proget that gives you a dotty character set. Symbol after 256, which is off the effect. Michael, unreadable surname, Stanley, County Durham. Good name. Michael unreadable surname. Hackers only. Join the fourth dimension. Real-time clock. 464 and 6128 only. Sorry, 664 users. Comes with the usual smart DKT box. Handy to have time appear on screen. Flexible alarm function. Maintains correct time even if switched off for months. I/O port lets you contact the real world. Bad news. Documentation is hard going. Software not as complete as it could be. Why no real world examples of using I/O port? The game, Fly Virgin Transatlantic Balloon Challenge. Now's your chance to participate in 1987's most exciting record-breaking event, the first ever successful crossing of the Atlantic Ocean by hot air balloon. Richard Branson and Pearl Lindstrand, the balloon's designer, manned the Virgin Atlantic Flyer, and they have been challenged to race it by another balloonist. Oh no. Commodore 64, 795, Spectrum 48, 128K, 795, Amstrad CPC cassette, 795, Amstrad CPC disc, 1295. No disc vision for the Commodore 64, huh? Here's a word processing printing section. Tuning TASWord. Custom keys. He's a Kesha Diamond. Stuff the buff. Micro stuffer. Ugh. Good news, 64K of RAM for your printer to fill up. Works with any Centronics parallel printer. Sits neatly between computer and printer. Self-test function indicates any trouble. Repeat button can produce several copies of a document. Bad news. External power supply. Another wire to dangle. The price could be dropped slightly. £49.95. Have you ever sat in front of your monitor twiddling your toes, waiting for control to return to the computer while the printer noisily churns away? Go on, admit it. The problem always occurs when you print a long document or dump a screen. Frontier software to the rescue! Frontier's Micro Stuffer is a smart device with a smart price, half of that of most competitors, that lies between computer and printer, unjamming the traffic, so you can get on with more important tasks, like twiddling your mustache. Production editor. Good. It'll get the important things done. Professional printing. TAS Pro 464. It's professional. That's why it only costs $7.95 on tape, $10.95 on disc. Screen vision. Turns your monitor into a colour TV. Sharpening an old tool. DevPack 80 Vision 2. $39.95 disc only. Manual is excellent for both novice and old hack. Half the price of Max M2. Works under CPM2 as well as CPM Plus. Bad news. A lot of setting up is required. Synapse. The most imaginative sci-fi shoot-'em-up game yet from Houston is a combination of 120 possible story sequences to fire your imagination. Does it? Synapse is a game constructed like a comic book, with 3 chapters and 4 episodes of mind-blowing action. Each part gets tougher until our hero faces the final conflict. It's a battle to end all battles. Spectrum, Amstrad, Commodore. Game's just a shmup. It's not that fancy. Come on. 256K silicon disc. Memory expansions. Graphics light pen. Speech synthesizer. High Frontier, an SDI war game. Oh. Developed by Alan Steele, developed in collaboration with Ian Bird. Activision Entertainment Software. Hey, we got to the reviews finally. Took nearly an hour to get there. Magic Max. Having stressed the importance of originality last month for Master Game this time round, we chose a good old-fashioned shoot 'em up. It brings to light another problem. How original is the conversion of an arcade game? If it mimics the arcade version exactly, should it be considered unoriginal? I don't think so, because you can't presume that people have seen a game in the arcades or on another computer. What matters is whether it's new to the CPCs or not, and how well it compares to other CPC games. Magmax is a good example. Although it's been in the arcades and on other machines for some time, there still isn't much similar to it on the CPCs. It isn't very original, but has all the elements of a classic shoot-'em-up needs. Barbarian can't claim to have much in the originality department either, but it's the best combat game yet. As well as the great fight action, it has humour and gruesome graphics. There are a couple of crackers from Mastertronic, notably the conclusion of the Magic Knight game, Stormbringer. If you want your world turned upside down, then Triaxos can oblige with anti-gravity puzzling and Thing Strikes Back with topsy-turvy bouncing. These are games for this issue. Only 16 games this issue. The first game is Barbarian by Palace Software. $9.99 cassette, $12.99 disc, joystick or keys. The advertising was sexist, and it's yet another combat game, but surprisingly there's a lot of class about it. It's nearly 2 years since Way of the Exploding Fist started off the constant stream of combat games, and it's possible that this could revive the genre. The concept is simple enough and hasn't changed since Fist. Two guys fight it out in 2D until one of them gets hit enough times. In this fight, the combatants are armed with swords, and you've got to battle to release a fair princess. Yawn. There are 3 forms of fight. 1 player against the computer in practice, 1 player against the computer for real, and 2 players. There are 2 different backgrounds for the practice fighting, and 2 for the real thing. You can only play with 2 players in the practice mode, where the rules are also different. The 4 backgrounds are all superbly drawn and detailed, adding a nice atmospheric touch. The fighters are all the same muscle-bound warriors with varying flesh hues and different coloured jerkins. They are stunningly animated though, 16 possible moves with many intervening frames. The moves are split into 2 types: movement with the fire button pressed, and attacking strokes with the button pressed. The more defensive movement commands include forward and backward rolls, crouching, jumping, and protecting the head and body with the sword. The attacks are very varied, including a headbutt, web of death, spinning sword, and overhead chop. Whenever an attack contacts the opponent, a red flash indicates the hit. This will reduce the strength of the opponent. It starts off at 6 and is reduced by half for every hit. When no strength is left, the fighter will collapse and get dragged off screen by a little green monster looking like a cross between a toad and E.T. There's even more spectacular way to dispatch opponents, which is not for the faint-hearted. If you successfully time a flying neck chop, it will end the fight immediately. The opponent's head flies into the air, and his torso flops onto the ground, spurting blood. This gruesome sight isn't easy to achieve, except against the early computer opponents. It's really hilarious when it happens. The green monster will appear once again, as well as dragging away the body, and he unceremoniously boots the boss off screen. There are 7 computer opponents of increasing cunning and skill. The harder ones will require lots of moves, rather than just relying on 2 or 3. The 2-player game can obviously be a lot more fun and unpredictable. Each bout has a time limit. If you leave a fighter unmoved, he will turn to you and shrug his shoulders. The graphics and animation are unsurpassed, the music excellent, the action difficult, and the sense of humour great. However, let's face it, it's a combat game, pure and simple. The basic concept and action hasn't changed at all since the first days of Fist. And I find it hard to get excited about the format. What the game has going for it is that it combines the graphics, animation, speed, and gameplay of all the other combat games to make a very playable one. You'll be delighted at first, but with all the tarting up in the world, you can't disguise the basic gameplay. First aid target score. Defeat 3 computer fighters. Second opinion. These are lovely screenshots. I think this is one of the best presented games this year. The graphics, colourful and detailed, are superb. Animation is flicker-free and fast, unlike previous combat games. Sound is scintillating and effects satisfying. It's a thrill to play the game. The action is furious and addictive. Little touches spruce up the overall effect. 4 background scenes, snake heads that move when a player's hit, an E.T. lookalike that drags the corpse off the battlefield, and a great scene where either your head or your opponent's head gets cut off. A wonderful game that deserves to be played. Green screen view. Couldn't be clearer. The verdict. Graphics 94%. 4 detailed atmospheric backdrops. 4 fantastically animated characters. Sonics 81%. Pleasant tune plays throughout the action. Grab factor 90%. Delightful touches and humour. Instantly playable with fast actions. Staying power 83%. Computer is tough, and 2 players is always fun. Still basically a combat game. A strong limiting factor. A rating 87%. The best of the combat games. Okay. Now we actually get to play something. Yes, everyone remembers Maria Whittaker. I mean, no one remembers the other guy. I mean, he was on Gladiators, but no one remembers him for this. The second thing. Yeah, Michael Van Wicker, that's this guy. The music stops as soon as you get a sound effect, but we can fix that. There. Now the music's always on. Alright. Mode 2, mode 3. I think mode 2 is... mode 1 or mode 2 do we want? We'll find out! No, it's mode 1 I wanted. We have a reset button, that's good. So, mode 1. What? Hey! Oh! You can block her on the first stage! Yep, there we go. Donk, donk. Go. Drag him off. Oh. Okay, I can do that too. And I'm not stupid enough to just walk into the spinning sword. It's something. Ow. Yeah. Oh, this is the headbutt. Oh. Come on. Ah, missed. Hey. Four. Version 10.05.87. Here we go. Oh, that's what I was gonna do. Yeah. Mm. Yeah. Oh. 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 Oh no, we're losing. Oh. Try again. Yeah. Oh. No. Oh god. Oh, it's a three opponents beaten at least. These first two, these backgrounds on on this disc, there's 7 opponents, and it just keeps repeating the 7th opponent over and over. On the other disc, 2 other backgrounds get actually finish the game. Oh, yeah, got him. Donk. Donk. Oh. 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 Close. Alright, will do. Insert the second disc. It's the 4th background. princess and Drax are watching. There we go. Oh, yeah. No. Oof, almost. Oh, got him. Oh. Um, we'll move on to the next, and then the final battle, which is after the 7th stage, or 7th opponent. Face Drax, fires spells, just gotta dodge them and just gotta roll them down. But if you get hit by one of the spells, you die in one hit. Anyway, let's move on. Next up is Triaxos, with 39 steps and Areola Soft. $8.99 cassette, $14.99 disc, joystick keys. Triaxos translates as 3 X's. This game takes place on a 4x4x4 cube. It's easy to get disoriented. There's 64 rooms in a 4x4x4 cube, but the game has a possible 192 locations. For each room, there is 3 faces which can be used. This seemingly confusing state of affairs is at the heart of the game and will need plenty of thought and mapping. The cube is a prison, in which you have to locate a prisoner and get him out alive. The cube is also populated by deadly robot guards and other devious defences to stop you. Rooms are plain and empty, showing only relevant features, which you'll encounter most of the doorways and robots. There are 2 robots on each room face. And there are 5 levels of robot type. Take the corresponding number of hits from your gun to destroy. Robots of level 2 and higher will also pursue you from adjacent rooms. As well as your gun, which has limited ammunition, you can carry grenades and high explosives. The high explosives are particularly useful. You can use them to blow holes in the floor, which after a quick reorientation become doors. Other objects include a jetpack, key, and spacesuit, which will be needed to complete your escape. You can move through doors and drop through holes in the floor, as long as you don't drop through 2 floors, that is. To reorient so that you're effectively walking on a wall, you need to find a facelift. These are ovals in the middle of some rooms and transport you into the middle of one of the walls. You will see yourself the right way up, but all the doors and holes will have moved. This concept takes a bit of getting used to, but in practice it's okay as long as you remember which wall you're on and where you're headed. Mapping will be crucial to eventual success. You've got limited explosives with which to blow open holes. However, any map you can draw is also bound to be awkward, because it will need to be 3-dimensional as well. Rooms contain other structures that may come in handy. There's an energy restorer, an ammo replenisher, and a cloning booth where you can create an extra life. However, there are also nasty alien rooms where barriers crisscross the floor and deplete your energy if you get trapped by them. Although it's fairly simple in concept and not much to look at, the addiction and challenge lie in the mental dexterity that has to be used to cope with the 3D cube and its properties. You can't just rush around hoping you'll come across something. You've got to work out where you're going and how. Combine this, hordes of robot guards, and a 30-minute deadline to rescue the prisoner, and you've got an excellent game. First day target score, 10%. It's got the Legend of Success Joe energy bars. Well, kinda. Different bars with different things, but you get the idea. Second opinion. Triaxos takes 3D games one step further. Instead of just moving from one room to another, you can also move up and down onto different planes. It can be confusing, but it adds a twist to existing puzzles. Although the rooms are generally bare, the occasional robot or other object is detailed. Green screen view. Okay. The verdict. Graphics 68%. Some nice sprites and explosions. Most rooms are plain. Sonic 64%. Good title tune. Effects are limited. Graphic 84%. Love the 3D cube idea and its effects on orientation. A bit uneventful and confusing at first. Staying power 86%. Requires lots of thought and planning. Plenty to explore, map and discover. AA rating 84%. Interesting new twist in a game that will really hook you. Huh? So, get started here. Alright. Triaxos, an original game by Tigris Design Limited, programmed by Pinsoft, published by Ariolasoft. Copyright 1987, Ariolasoft UK Limited. Triaxos. Music and sound by Soft Machine. Alright, let's get started here. Hey, not tank controls at least. Ah, they're walking in the bullet. I know what this does. Oh. Aha. Ow. There is no door in this plane, is there? Go back this way. Oh. Oh, that's just the thing. There you go. Here's the door. Wee. Oh, wee. And dead. Well, game over. Percentage of mission accomplished. 0%. Score 50. Got 50 points. Well. Oh, try again. And I fall down there, I'll die, right? So what do I do now? There's no doors this side. I can like control my fall or something. Can't, I don't think. No. Can't do a thing about that. So what do you do? One bullet at a time. Can only fire one bullet at a time. So yeah, what do you do? let's turn this upside down. You fall through here. Where else is there to go? Nothing you can do in here. The only other thing you can do is walk through here. Just the same door we were here before, but... Yeah, you go down there, you die. What else do you want me to do? There's nowhere else to go. Oh, I wonder if there's a... Let's pause it, okay. Let's see if there's a... See if there's a video on this. So I can't figure out what's where to go, what to do. Do we have any playthroughs? Oh, short gameplay, that'll be enough. It'll do. I'll pause this while I do this. Oh, that's right. F5 is pause. I keep forgetting F5 has changed. Now pause button. Jeez. Could you just blow holes in something or something? So far, nothing's different. I'm not sure this little gameplay thing went far here. Wait a minute. Show me nothing new. Yeah, it's just doing exactly what I just did. Okay. Back. There's nothing else. There's no other playthroughs of this game. Well, it's a bus. Let's give it a try here. Let's go. Got. They haven't got grenades. They've got whatever those things are below the grenades. Okay, Q's quit. Wait a minute, Q is quit. We'll find the key eventually to use these things. Let's pause again. P is pause apparently for the game. Not really getting very far here. Okay. The hell is the... I wonder if it is the key for this damn thing. Looking up the instructions now. Fun. Instructions? No instructions? I got a picture of the instructions. No one's bothered to scan it on the site, huh? Here's a manual. In English, 4 pages. This will not be an easy mission. Oh, no. Triaxos key controls. AZ to EM. Lift up, right down, lift down, up, right. Space to fire. P to pause, fire to release. Q to quit game. Now that's it! You'll find a jetpack. Okay. This one has a high pitch one, but Directional high explosion. How do you use the explosives though? It does not explain it. Oh, oh, hold the button. Oh, okay, okay. Aha! Down we go. Here we go. Blow a hole in the wall and magically turns into a doorway. Just maybe to get out of the way of it. Oh. This is not helpful. Are you stuck here now? Am I stuck here now? I think I'm stuck here now. Good. Oh, I've got an idea. I think I... No, it's not going to work because I'll still be falling down. If you fall down 2 floors, you die! How do I stop that? Aha! You're supposed to know there's something there. Is it that little mark on the map wall there that indicates something? Let's go down and see what happens. Oh no, we're falling down again! Well, and we did. We fell 2 floors. Nope. Hmm. No. So now what? This game's confusing. That's it. We're soft lock. Quit the game. Yeah, about me, I think. So, marker here. Aha! Nothing to pick up. I haven't got any more left. There's nothing there, huh? Well, that's handy. Oh, yeah. Well, we'll say that's Triaxos. It's let's move on. Get on to good games again. Right. Next game is Magmax. Imagine 8.95 cassette, 14.95 disc, joystick keys. Great games come in many forms. Although I've criticised shoot 'em ups in the past as repetitive and predictable, when they're done well, they are wildly addictive. Classy shoot 'em ups have more action than a singles bar, and this one guarantees you a severe case of Necarus fingeroid phyritis. All this will be music to the ears of anyone who's been waiting for the game. It has taken quite a while to convert. I can't attest to its authenticity in terms of the arcade version, but I can tell you it's a great game. The scenario, thankfully short, tells you the human race has met its ultimate end, leaving just a robot to battle the alien invaders. The robot is in pieces. One of them is under your control. The others you have to find. You have to progress through scrolling levels of mayhem, both above and below ground, against an ever-increasing number of aliens. The game is split into levels, each one having both above and below ground sections. You can get between them using craters, so that you can travel through whichever one you find easier to deal with. In both cases, the screen scrolls from right to left, but the perspectives are different. Above ground, you have a 3D view of the ship skimming over the surface. In the caverns, this switches to a 2D view. In both instances, the ship can move freely about the screen, but it can't stop the steady scrolling that reveals the enemy forces. As you make your way across the screens, you can find the bits of the robot, which will give him additional firepower and a new weapon. However, hanging on to these for long can be a problem. The first add-on module looks like a teddy bear and provides the upper half of the body. When the legs are added, it gives you a wider field of fire, but also a bigger target for the aliens. The lance can also be added to the body section to destroy otherwise indestructible objects. The surface aliens come in all sorts of shapes and behaviour patterns. Some are static and blast away at you. Others dodge around trying to zap you. Different types of each are revealed as you get further through the game. If you run into them on their bullets, you will lose a piece of the robot. When there are no pieces to lose a life, it will go down the Swanee. Underground, the aliens all fly and move in patterns. Like the surface ones, they tend to come in waves. All the bullets are aimed at your current location when fired, so you have to be constantly on the move around the screen to avoid their deadly accuracy. Your own firepower also needs to be accurately directed. You can only shoot straight out from the ship to the right of the screen. At the end of the level, you are supposed to run into a dragon. This has to be shot bit by bit, but I didn't notice one, just more and more waves of aliens. The background graphics change between levels, and of course the aliens get meaner and more plentiful. What with constant moving and no auto-repeat on the fire button, hordes of enemies and needing a high degree of accuracy, this is a testing shoot-'em-up indeed. Fortunately, the aliens do appear in the same formations every game, so you can learn the patterns and progress further. There are also regular restart spots where you will begin after losing a life. The graphics are detailed and colourful and varied. Combined with reasonably smooth, slow scroll, it makes an excellent game to look at. The gameplay is demanding but very addictive. The crucial element is that of variety. There are so many different aliens and attack patterns, a 3D and 2D view, weapons and paths to collect, different levels to move on to. This is the sort of game that rewards hard work. The longer you play it, the better you'll get. And you certainly come away with a much fitter fire finger and a throbbing hand, a sure sign of a good shoot-'em-up. This will take you to your game playing limit and still keep you hooked. First day target score, 50,000. Second opinion. This game is enjoyable, highly playable, and guaranteed to give you a sore finger or two at the end of the day. It's good to see some effort being put into a shoot-'em-up. Imagine deserves a pat on the back. Fast, colourful, and addictive as all shoot-'em-ups should be. Green screen view. There's no escaping them in green. The verdict. Graphics 83%. Reasonably smooth, slow scrolling. Lots of different colourful alien sprites. Sonics 42%. Total tune plays only once. Just zapping effects in the game. Grab factor 90%. Instantly tough and addictive. Can make progress as you learn the attack patterns. Staying power 89%. Lots of variety in the aliens and stages keeps things interesting. Guaranteed to wreck your hand. AA rating 89%. Shoot 'em up fans looking for a challenge will love this one. Okay. Okay. Imagine. Correct. 1985. Nichibutsu. Take control of Max and search the planet for the component parts. As the assembly takes place, his power and defenses will increase. Magmax, Robo Centurion. Copyright Imagine 986. Nichibutsu 986. Yeah, it's a sign of... Guaranteed to wreck your hand is a sign of a good shmup. Also, 89%. It's the first Master game that's under 90%. Alright, let's go. I hit it then. Part. Yeah. Oh. I think until I hit it, so it's going in, huh? Yeah. Yeah! Well, yeah. Jeez. Yeah. Jeez. Let's do these things with the whip thing. I think it's safe up here, kinda. Okay, now we're just a bigger target. Kind of that one. Oh. Okay, next stage. Can I just oh. Oh. Oh, now it gets hard. Oh, jeez. Oh. Oh! It's gonna go down there too. There. Ow. Ow. Oh, I can't get in there now. Somehow it's too late. Oh. Ah! Oh, there he is! There's a dragon! I don't know if I'm hitting him or not. Am I hitting him or not? I don't know. Oh, oh. Here we go. Ow. Oh, jeez, that was a stupid. Oh. Oh, that's close. Oh no. Ow. Ow. Can't hit those, apparently. Nope. Well, third stage. Oh. These keys to sleep leaders, huh? Oh, I don't want to play again. But get the idea. Same game. My hand hurts enough already. Move on to the next game. We've still got time here. Next game is Stormbringer. A Mastertronic, $2.99 cassette, joystick keys. There's not much left to be said about the brilliant series of games starring Magic Knight. It first came to light in Finders Keepers, but really achieved stardom in Spellbound and Nighttime with the introduction of the Windowmation system of window menus. The last of the series, once more, uses the same system to good effect. Having clanked around in the 25th century in night time, Magic Knight has travelled back to his own time. However, on the way, he's been split in two, leaving you as the good Magic Knight and the off-white Knight, your dark side. Your task is to merge the two halves of Magic Knight to prevent the off-white Knight, nicknamed Stormbringer, from wreaking havoc in the land. If you've already played the previous games in the series, you'll be right at home with this one. It features the same interaction between characters, windimation, and weird humour. However, don't expect it to make it any easier, because the puzzles David Jones has concocted are more devious than ever. See David Jones' interview in AA19. If you're unfamiliar with windimation, here's how it works. The fire button is used to call up a window menu, from which all the other menus can be accessed. This main menu contains 5 standard commands: pick up an object, drop an object, take object from character, give object, and examine. It can also feature a number of additional commands depending on what objects you are carrying. These allow you to cast spells, read objects, command characters, wear things, smell, drink, and throw things. Most of these commands will produce submenus that contain further information or a further list of choices. For instance, if you want to examine something, you have to decide whether it's an object, character, or yourself, which object or character, and finally, see the information relating to your choice. All this information flicks up on a new window and is superbly presented. There are other characters in the game who move around independently of you. You can give them objects or take them, depending on whether the character is cooperative. You've also got to look after their welfare and can request help from them if you think these are tasks they can perform, which you can't. Grunter. Oh, Grunter the Beowulf. Looks mean and ugly. Yeah, okay. Watch out for Grunter the Beowulf, who is an enormous mean-looking monster and can end the game with one swipe. Another deadly problem is the cloud that floats around, produced by the Stormbringer. It will zap you with lightning if you're standing around too long. There are no significant improvements in the latest MK adventure, but quite frankly, you didn't need any. Fans of his previous games will be deliriously happy with the new puzzles, characters, and humour, while newcomers to the series will probably rush out and buy the previous games as well. The graphics and animation are once again adequate, and a pleasant in-game tune is provided. As if you don't just get a tune though, you have to pick up and wear personal stereo in order to hear it. Cute, huh? I'm still full of admiration for this series of arcade adventures, and it's fitting that they should exit on this high note. First day target score, 10%. Second opinion. The final Magic Knight game is not a letdown. The graphics are still highly detailed, though still lack colour. The innovative window system remains, but the task is much harder. Guaranteed satisfaction for months. Green screen view, no problem. The verdict. Well, Toot's carrying a cloud around. He's walking his cloud. The verdict. Graphics 65%. Some detailed graphics and characters. Generally poor use of colour. Sonic 70%. Cute tune from personal stereo. Grab factor 86%. Still got a great sense of humour. Windimation is as enjoyable as ever. Staying power 89%. Just as tough as, if not tougher than, predecessors. The puzzles are superbly worked out. AI rating 88%. Hard to believe this is a budget game. Brilliant. Huh? Oh yeah. Spellbound's the one I've been trying to do recently. Trying to finish that. With a guide even. It's still a mess at times. Characters just starve to death on you because they can't feed themselves. Like idiots, you have to do everything for them. Mastertronic Stormbringer by David Jones. Oh no, we're not cheating. Stormbringer, a true graphic adventure by David Jones and Mike Chand. Correct, 1987. Instructions. After returning from the starship USS Pisces in the 20th century, Magic Knight finds that the otherwise quiet village of Cornhamp on Marsh has been attacked by a despot calling himself the Off-White Knight. Off-White is the dreaded Stormbringer. Controls. Joystick. This game features Windimation Plus, starring you as Magic Knight with Aramis, Robin, Reggie, Rachel, Barker, Organon, and Grunter. Alright. Disguise. Sound effects. Read the advert. Game concept and program by David Jones. CPC bits by Mike Chand. Graphics by Ray Owen. This game continues the adventures of Magic Knight. For earlier episodes, see Finders Keepers, Spellbound, and Nighttime. Good. Guess we can drop the advert now. Sword in the concrete. That's personal stereo. From where? Personal stereo. Here's our music. Can we do anything? No, we can't do anything with the sword in the concrete. Let's go this way. Bottle. Bottle of liquid. I hope it's the same bottle of liquid as the in Spellbound. A knife. A sword. Examine. Bottle of liquid. Examine bottle of liquid. You can read it. Bottle of liquid. Old grog. Bottled and distributed by P. Artist and Son. Examine. Sword. Wait, one. Blows. No. You didn't read the sword apparently. There's writing here, but it's written in a magic language you cannot read. Spooky forest. Oh, there he is. He's Beowulf. I guess we could just don't bother with him just yet. Oh, here's the cloud. Oh, she zapped me. Character Aramis Le Pew. Strength 68, Happiness 49, Stamina 14, Magic level 48, Food level 100. Aramis can't work out where the smell is coming from. Okay. Robin's little hut. Exit from limbo. Tell myself. Probably 7%. 7 character, Robin of Shylock. Robin is a good shot with pointed sticks. Really? Intwood. Spooky forest. I run out of strength, aren't I, here? Wishing well. I think this is a dead end here. Looking on, it's very tough. Characters look very similar to the ones in Spellbound. But it's just me. At least some of them are. There's the cloud again. I wonder if this bottle of liquid works like it does in oh, the bark has an end. We've got a bunch of items. Examine self. Nope. Maybe Barker will. List of clues? Here's a list of clues. Read list of clues. This writing appears to be very old and you cannot read it. Ow. Smell something. You can smell nothing because your nose is blocked. Might you have a cold? Have a drink. Tasty, you can feel your strength and vitality surging through your veins. Okay, good. Ah, okay. So you just drink it. Crystal ball and wand of command. Just gives it to me. Right, give him just the clues. Will he help? Harris is too tired to help you. I don't have to go through this again. We come to sleep. You're already asleep. Oh, that's why. Back then. It was to keep them! Oh, Jesus. Barker's incredibly old and gnarled. Can you help me? Can I help you? I'm already Stump. Pushing well. If we had a coin, I could throw it in here, I guess. There's nobody in this room. I'll throw that at somebody. Be happy. He's asleep. What do you have as far as objects go? His hands are empty. Well. Can I pick up the chicken? I got a chicken. Smell the chicken. Smell nothing because your nose is blocked. Oh, the bottle's empty. Yeah, take one drink. By P. Artist and Son. I wonder if you can get that refilled. Okay. Examine you. He's asleep? He's asleep? Can I sneak past him if he's asleep? Cast. Dimension Merge. Melt Granite. Pass Plant. Spell of Wonder. Magic Fulcrum. Travel to Person. Criticus Gamus. Some things never change. I'll cast that spell now. Maybe he will spell power. Can I sneak past? Game over! Nope. You stood far too close to Beowulf and he lashed out at you with his enormous green arm. Hey, I got 13%. Look, I was telling. I read this disguise. The disguise kit consists of 6 disguises: footman, guard, wizard, chambermaid, white witch, warrior. I presume it's because people often associate budget games with being crap or something. Ah. There's a cloud again. There's lightning that shoots really straight. Jump faster. It seems faster. Oh wait, I forgot the wand of command. Here's the end. What do you got? That's a clues, brass ankh, magic talisman. It's Aramis that has the one to command, right? Myself. It's at 26. Ow. Don't want to wear the bottle of liquid. Actually, what I'll do first, I'll drink that. Have a drink. Where? Skies. God. Let's go to the wake. That'll help me. It's very tough. Command. Be happy. It's hard to be happy. I've actually no idea what I'm doing now. Take just clues. Here you can have my advert. Don't really need it. Aramis skull. Oh, here he is. Aramis can't work out where the smell is coming from. Can you help me? It's too tired to help you. Go to sleep then. Go to sleep. Robin's little hut. Bow, boomerang, newspaper, scroll. Robin wants to keep the newspaper. Be happy. Try to be happy. Help. Can I help you? Newspaper. Oh. Have the scroll. Okay. 7. roll. Wait 1. Blow no. Read yes. Where no. I wonder what happens if I read the damn thing. Must merge with Off-White Knight to become a whole person again. I already knew that. That's useless. So now what? Smell this. I smell nothing because your nose is blocked. Wake up. It's waking up. Come on. Help me. What do you have? Where's the crystal ball only? Give. What's the clues? I tried this before, didn't I? Oh. The elf horn can be used to summon people. Ah! The other clues on here? The crystal ball is needed to read magic writing. Ah! Hey, he's gone. A yellow streak might help, but a bird with similar attributes might. Shit, that means chicken here. It's yellow. Advert can help get the point for Robin. Yeah, I think I remember something about the advert you can stand on or something sometimes to get something. Copper, silver, gold, just wait and you will behold. He's gone again. Oh, he's right there. Special jumping boots are available in Limbo. How many clues are there? Dangerous use of teleport pads will take you to Limbo. Yeah, I seem to remember that. I remember reading that in a guide for this too. Picking up the teleport key and teleport pad and using the key, you end up in Limbo. I don't know where either are though at this point. Magic missile is somewhere in the caves. Nobody in the room. The alpha form can be used to summon people. This just repeats, it's going to the loop, does it? Yeah. Those are your clues, none of them really help me get further. Half of them are things you, if you played the previous games, already know. Oh, I've still got my cassette of Spellbound. Takes 20 minutes to load. Got the longest of any game on cassette. Oh, must be nearly dead here. 38 strength. Well, we get the crystal ball. Will induce sleep in anybody that is thrown at. Help magic missiles do? Well, if you say so. Does this thing give us clues too? I reckon the clue can read the list of clues. Now you tell me. Okay, this is giving us clues too. They seem to be random. Scroll right. Off-White Knight is trying to kill you. No shit. Okay. I just kind of noticed that the trees got eyes. This one here. It's kind of creepy. So we'll do, I suppose. It's a spooky forest for a reason, I guess. Read it and you can wear it, huh? We'll read it, shall we? Wear me for fast magic power restore. Okay, and myself. 6 strength! Oh, we're about dead then. Magic level 100. What's it gonna do? Cast a spell. Triple to person. Now cast that spell now. Maybe you need more spell power. Pass plant. Maybe you need more spell power. Maybe you need something else. Who knows? granite. Maybe a magic Falcon, probably leave it. Oh no. Oh, that does something. You feel 7 levers all moving to their start positions. Balance is restored somewhere nearby. Some other room that we haven't been to yet then. Mate, something we could do. Spell of Wonder. We need more spell power. Oh, no, he did now. Died of exhaustion. Time to 33 hours. Ah.